If you watched my channel before, everyone here know how much of a menace my boy Izuku Midoriya is. He's legendary. He's a hero of heroes. And I don't care what anybody say. He's comparable to the great slice All Might. He's definitely better than that bum. Yeah, he's definitely better than Mark. I don't care what anybody say. He's better. He is absolutely better than that bum. He's not a hero. He's kind of a douche. And he doesn't compare to my boy Deku in heroism whatsoever. But today, as you saw from the title, this is going to be what if Deku had a regeneration quirk. Now, even if he had some sort of minor regeneration or a hyper regeneration, I actually did a word back here before on the Mice Clan channel, but like that channel was bad. I don't even know if he ever revived it, but I did something similar to this before. So this is what if Deku had a hyper regeneration quirk or a regeneration quirk, and even if he had a regular one for all would hype it so far up, it's not even funny. Like if he gets one for all, it's essentially going to make him immortal. And it's just going to constantly get more and more powerful. And his quirk is going to become more and more powerful over time as he ages. I don't really think he aged out of his prime like he have. I'm also giving him a form of longevity. So Deku is essentially going to be the perfect hero here. But I won't keep you guys waiting any longer. I really do hope you all enjoy. And hopefully, and I mean hopefully, y'all come back to watch again. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go.
In this what if Deku actually have a quirk and it's regeneration, and in this what if his mindset is a bit different. Since he does have a quirk, he isn't as suppressed and a loser. And since he knows his quirk isn't exactly made for combat or fighting, or maybe it is, he decides to do intense training for all of his life, to trying to reach superhuman levels of strength. Because he's seen it done before with the heroes like Eraserhead and Night Eye, one of All Might's sidekicks. He begins to train up his body and actually trying to get and become powerful enough to actually become a hero. He knows he probably won't be number one, but if a washing machine can become number one, Deku surely can, and he doesn't have to worry about physical injuries that much. As he trains to Bakugo a lot, because not only did it make Bakugo quirk more efficient and Bakugo gain better control over it, he trained for his regeneration, and it upgrades his pain tolerance to the point where almost nothing. He doesn't feel anything anymore, to the point where he can jump from building to building, doing parkour, and not feeling the backlash of it because of his training with Bakugo. He also learns how to properly fight, how to properly go a punch and a jab, and he would even make a few custom moves resembling All Might. And his quirk allows him to use his body full strength, even though it constantly rips his muscles. Midoriya barely notices because his brain doesn't know how to process proper pain response. So he's constantly ripping his muscles 24/7, which also heals this regeneration 24/7, making it more and more powerful over time, to the point where we get to the middle school class, and they realize two students from the school want to go to UA, and it's Bakugo and Midoriya, and people actually believe that they can do it. Bakugo having a huge quirk and with Deku regeneration, they could be a good duo, and nobody would ever be able to take Midoriya down, like ever. He's almost nearly indestructible. He's almost invincible. to the point where they seen Deku get shot, and the bullet would just barely graze him, even though he got shot blank forward. But they theorized if you actually damage the brain, it could take him. It could possibly take him out. But thankfully, nobody ever tried anything like that nonsense before. And Bakugo asks if he wants to go train after school to prepare for the UA entrance exam, but Midoriya says no. As he says his mother expects him home. As All Might being in the same city, he had a vision from Nana saying some kid with regeneration would be here, but he sees a villain. And he decides to fight after it. As Midoriya is taking a small short home, wanted to have a little bit of a break, taking a shortcut from behind his school. And he's chilling, having a good time, and then he notices that for some reason the sewer plate is beginning to rumble. It's this huge sludge is beginning to come out from him, and Midoriya is like, absolutely not. As he jumps on the wall, damaging it somehow, as the sludge roller is mad confused. What does this do, Quirk? As he kicks right through the sludge lift, somewhat splitting it in half. And the sludge runner got confused and got caught off guard for a little bit, and Deku begins to punch it. But it's trying not to do anything, as its physical body right now is capable of throwing a 5% smash, just like the hero killer saying. And he is mad, annoyed, because he's truly scared for his life. As luckily for him, All Might shows up and he tests the villain. As All Might notices this kid's body, like, this kid looks kind of strong. I wonder what his quirk is, and I wonder if he's going to UA. As he begins to fly off, Midoriya grabs onto All Might, and All Might feels something on his leg. Like, whoa, that is a pretty powerful grip. As he turns around, thinking it was a sludge roller, but no, it was just this kid. It's like, and he lands on top of the villain, and just as he lands, he notices his time limit is absolutely up. As he sits down and deflates, as Midoriya tries to think he's an imposter, as All Might says no, as he begins to reveal to Midoriya a little bit of what actually happened. And Midoriya asks, was it your fight with Strong Massacre? And he says, no, this battle, I try to keep it under wraps. You can't really have a symbol of hope, depressed or injured. So I gotta keep up the facade in front to let people think I'm still in my physical prime. Well, I can help you with that. As All Might says, he disputes as Midoriya takes out a pocket knife and he cuts his hand and he says, eat this. As All Might is a bit confused. You want me to drink your blood? Yes, I have my powers. It's regeneration, and I notice sometimes when I'm injured or when somebody else is injured, when our blood mixes, it heals them. It kind of heals them, so maybe it can help you. As All Might actually attempts it, and he feels massive pain as he begins to actually buff back up. And he could feel his organs going back into the rightful place as somehow his entire stomach manages to regenerate. And he's back, and for the first time in years, he's back at full strength. He feels like he's in his prime again. In fact, he feels a bit better, and the power that One for All have been getting this entire time, it comes rushing back to him as he looks at this kid, and he asks Midoriya if he would like to be the successor of One for All. Midoriya is kind of confused, so he asks, what is that? It's the name of my power. I can pass it on, but the problem is, it has so much power that it could break the average human body, even if they have the power to Quirk. So you said my regeneration will be a perfect counter to it. Exactly as they both hear a huge explosion go off, as All Might looks down. Oh shoot, kid, you dropped the sludge villain. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, All Might. It's come on, no worries. Come on, I'll just take you with me. As he picks up Midoriya and they fly towards the sound of the explosion, and All Might quickly rushes in, defeating the sludge villain, not knowing his own power at the moment, and it changes the weather for nearly weeks after that. But he is able to save Bakugo, and Bakugo is amazed seeing All Might. He's excited. He asks for an autograph, eventually going off on his way. And back to the conversation what All Might was having with Midoriya. He decides to give Midoriya one for all, as they actually begin their training. And since All Might is far more powerful here, stronger, he decides to wait a couple months to get Deku body properly acclimated to one for all before he can pass it on, even though he's already strong, powerful, as if, correct? But he's somewhat afraid that Deku might not be able to hold it, and even with his regeneration, even though one for all will enhance him, it still might not be enough. So he begins his all-American dream plan for Midoriya, and in 5 months, since Deku is already stronger than the way he was before, he's able to move all the trash on the beach. As Midoriya plucks out a piece of his hair, giving it to Deku or Midoriya, and Midoriya begins to wait a couple hours for the hair to properly digest, and he tries using one for all. And the way his body can handle it, at the moment, is about 10% without straining his body or causing his quirk to properly activate. He uses about 10% of one for all before his body actually begins to hurt, and he notices it. As All Might says, "Hey kid, maybe the reason you can use that low of an ML is because you're putting all of one for all into your one arm." I don't know how I'm stuttering. Try pushing it forward throughout your entire body, just like your regeneration. You're using one for all as a weapon. No, it's your Quirk. It's your power. And Deku notices his body already feels stronger. It's almost as if his Quirk is in overdrive somehow. And Deku begins to masquerade it throughout his entire. Deku begins to push it throughout his entire body, having a new limit of 15% since it's not all in one arm, and he manages to develop full cow. And All Might begin to train with Midoriya to actually learn how to properly use one for all. Eventually, at the end of the 9-month period, Deku limit before training himself is about 20%. As All Might says, impressive. I didn't expect for you to go this much. One for all already seems more powerful. Your 20% might as well be my 40%. And you know how powerful I am. So, okay, I have no doubt that you're going to absolutely crush the interest exam. And Deku being at 20%, he tells All Might about these visions he's be having. As All Might says, "You can see the past orders? Do you see me in there?" Midoriya says, "Yeah, but you're not like physical like everyone else. You're like a glowing mass, but everybody else seems to be like shady figures, except this one guy. And his Quirk is a bunch of blips." As All Might says, "I think he was the 6th user of One for All. He had a Quirk called Black Whip, which One for All made that much more powerful, but he could stream the city like it was fire, and he was a pretty useful and powerful hero before his eventual defeat by One for All, before passing on the court to my mentor. It's weird you're seeing him now, though. I've seen some weirdos, but I've never seen them to the extent of like this, like seeing all of them at the same time. But we will have to figure this out later. Midoriya. As Midoriya goes, and the UA interests him really to begin, as he's able to blast through the winner portion. Since it's not really being shrunk, it may not be his super strong suit, but he's a pretty smart kid. And when we finally get to a physical exam, he racks up a lot of points. And he sees, as he's racking up points, he sees a giant robot, but it's coming towards a girl. And since he still have low confidence, that girl did stop him from falling. So he rushes towards that girl, powering up to 25%, going a little bit beyond his current limit. As Deku might even be able to use more, but he doesn't want to overdo it. And he lets off multiple punches on the zero corner, as everyone look kind of shocked, like, whoa, this kid is fast. As he completely annihilated. As he falls back down to the ground, landing gracefully, with his Quirk killing any damage that he would have taken from the strain. He goes and helps out Uraraka, the girl who helped him, and she thanks him. But that's when the physical exams actually ends. And of course, Deku was able to get the number one spot within the first years of UA, and All Might welcome him in. But that's where I'm going to end this part off today. I don't know what's wrong with my voice; it's stuttering. But that's where I'm going to end this part off today. I really do hope you all enjoy. But I hope I'll come back for another part. So peace out.